Minglawa and welcome to MI Radio's Myanmar Today. I am Agajo. Today we will report on nearly 20 billion chats in total awarded on the 17th state lottery occasion. MCEF to help construction workers returning from overseas with seeking job opportunities. More than 10,000 Myanmar seamen await relaxation of visa restriction to return home. And bringing the art of drawing to its audiences. All of that on this edition of Myanmar Today, but for now, let's take a look at what's happening in local news. Woo So-han, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, participated in the video conference of the 26th ASEAN-China Senior Officials Consultation yesterday at 8:30 a.m. from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Naypyidaw. The 26th ASEAN-China Senior Officials Consultation was co-chaired by Ms. Geneva Amhahihan West, Som Leader of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of the Philippines, Country Coordinator of the ASEAN-China Dialogue Relations, Mr. Chen Xiaodong, Assistant Minister of the Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China. The meeting was attended by senior officials from the ASEAN member states, Deputy Secretary General for Political and Security Community of ASEAN. At the meeting, the senior officials exchanged views on the developments in ASEAN and China, regional and international issues, ASEAN-China cooperation in the areas of political, security, economic, social, and culture, as well as future direction of ASEAN-China strategic partnership. A special flight of Myanmar Airways International landed at Yangon International Airport yesterday with 47 Myanmar seamen who were stranded in Singapore. They were in Singapore awaiting crew change and services on international vessels before they were brought back with arrangement for their company from the Changi International Airport. As they arrived in Yangon, officials from the Ministry of Labour, Immigration and Population, the Ministry of Health and Sports, and the Yangon Region government helped for their 21-day quarantine period in line with the regulations of immigration and medical checks. As per the directives of the National Level Central Committee on Prevention, Control and Treatment of Coronavirus Disease 2019, and in coordination with the other relevant ministries in Myanmar, the Myanmar embassies in respective countries, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs arranged the repatriation of Myanmar people, including seamen stranded in foreign ports. With the Department of Civil Aviation DCA extending the suspension of all international flights till the 31st July, Myanmar National Airlines MNA cannot fly until the 1st of August. MNA is one of the airlines preparing to fly to Singapore, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Hong Kong. At present, those who have bought the MNA air tickets can demand the refund from the airline. Myanmar Airways International (MAI) has announced that their international flights to Bangkok and Singapore are also suspended till the 31st of July. However, the Guangzhou and Seoul flights will be operated as relief flights when they get permission. Although the Department of Civil Aviation has restricted the operation of international flights till the 31st of July, the domestic flights are permitted to be operational inside the country, according to the Yangon International Airport. The traditional card businesses get good income in Jiaose Township, said Wu Jiaomian, a card maker from Zayapyu Village, Jiaose Township in Mandalay region. The traditional card business is a livelihood which earns a businessman a decent income in Jiaose Township. Regarding the selling of card, there are many kinds of card. Among them, gold cards, racing cards, vehicle cards, and farming cards are highly demanded. Sometimes the cards are ordered from Naypyidaw to be used as a decoration in hotels. The cards are made of hardwood such as teak, badao, and in. The price of a card is dependent upon the type of the card. That's all with the local news. Now we will move on to our first report. More than 19,000 million chats in total was awarded by the State Lottery Directorate of Internal Revenues Department. The lottery ticket market is likely to be retrieving its original demand within a few months amid COVID-19.
The 17th state lottery occasion was held in Internal Revenue Department on July 1st, and there are 19,145.412 million jets in total were awarded by the government. It also included 250 million jets, which is the award money, but the winners didn't come to receive from the last occasions. The total revenue from selling the 17 state lottery tickets was just over 30 billion jets, and this revenue amount was returned to customers in prices at 60% of total revenue. There were 3,199,022 ticket books with 35,099,922 lottery tickets were mass-produced, despite the numbers of tickets were reduced as one alphabet was left to produce. The maximum price for Myanmar State Lottery is 1.5 billion jets and the minimum price is 50,000 jets. The customer who lives in Monywa Township, Sakai region, won the jackpot prize of the 17th state lottery by Angsu Tupai Lottery Ticket Shop, one of the most well-known ticket distributor brands in Myanmar. Uaung Tongkai is a ticket agent come an owner of lottery ticket retail shop, and he said the conditions of current Myanmar lottery market and some economic impacts that face the stakeholders from lottery sector.
The supply rate is gradually increasing compared to the COVID-19 outbreak. There has no leftover lottery tickets starting from June, and for July, almost all tickets are sold out. People do the lottery that has excess money to afford, but in this period, people are relying on the lottery tickets as their lives are going hard because of the COVID-19 outbreak. Almost all the retailers get losses, and so do I. Lost for about 1,000 lakhs in 3 months. We will need more time for the stability of the situations. If the demand is high, we can recover our losses. I bought 100,000 set of 11 ticket books this month. The ticket prices in rural areas can be a little high because of the transportation costs.
Mahalaban Lottery Ticket Shop has just won the 50 million, which is one of the grand prizes. Myanmar's lottery, known as Angbale, is also a big business, raising tens of millions of dollars in state revenue a year and supporting a wide network of wholesalers, distributors, and retailers and the end customers. The State Lottery Directorate, the official authority department, sells tickets to distributors at 900 jets per ticket as official wholesale price. The particular states and regions were in semi-lockdown, so the ticket distribution to states and regions was inconvenient, but many of distributors, wholesalers, and retailers have faced many losses. The State Lottery Department reduced the number of tickets by pulling out of one alphabet to raise the demand for lottery tickets. U Joyen retailer Wenanso Lottery Ticket Shop said.
When the COVID-19 outbreak occurred first, we got losses in this sector. People have to obey the stay-at-home rules, and they are not much interested in doing the lottery service. As the lockdown are eased and people can go to places easier than before, the demand for lottery sector becomes high. Some buy only a single ticket, or sometimes a set of 3 or 4 5 tickets together as well. People seem to take interest in lottery as the outbreak of COVID-19 affects the livelihood of the people. Some lost their jobs, so if they won the lottery, they wouldn't have much to worry about their lives. Our shop gets 200,000 was priced as the highest.
That's the report on the 17th state lottery occasion, awarding nearly 20 billion chats in total. Myanmar Construction Entrepreneurs Federation (MCEF) announced they will help with the job seeking of the construction workers who are returned from foreign countries due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The association is to link the skilled returnees with the construction companies across the country. The returnees can submit the proposal to the association no later than the 15th of July. Tora Aswese has more.
Myanmar Construction Entrepreneurs Federation (MCEF) called for the submission of the proposal by the construction industry labor returning from overseas countries amid COVID-19 outbreak. The association is to help the job hunters of construction industry who have arrived back in Myanmar because of unemployment in overseas, link with the companies in all states and regions which are in need of skilled workers. Umyomye, General Secretary of MCEF, said.
ဒီကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ COVID-19 ကြောင့်ပေါ့နော်ဒီနေဆက်တရနေပြီးဝင်လာတဲ့လူကတော့အများစုပေါ့တချို့လဲလေနဲ့ပြန်လာတာရှိတယ်အဲ့ဒီထဲမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ကစောက်လို့လုပ်သားစင်းကြည့်လိုက်တော့9000ကျော်
Among the overseas returnees through land and air, the number of workers from construction sector is about 5,000 to 6,000. They include from manual labor to professionals. According to the state councillor, the government is also trying to receive the skillful workers returning back to country and not willing to go abroad again. For the construction industry, we have membership of many construction companies, as well as our association covers all regions and states of the country. So we're to help the overseas returnees who are facing difficulties in grasping job opportunities, link with the companies which are in need of labor.
According to Umyomin, there are about 1 million labor in local construction industry in the whole country, so that it will not be quite difficult to create job opportunities for about 5,000 to 6,000 workers coming back home. Although construction sector is also affected by the outbreak of COVID-19, the government infrastructure are still being constructed, and the need in local construction labor market is the skilled workers and professionals with the knowledge of advanced technology.
ဒီတွင်ကတော့စောက်လို့ရေးရတော့တိတ်အရန်ကောင်းတာတော့မဟုတ်ဘူးဒါမဲ့လည်းအဓိကအရန်မကောင်းဆိုတာ real estate sector နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့
Construction in local market is not in good condition concerning real estate sector. It showed a downturn in private sector. However, for the public sector, the government is continuing the construction of the essential infrastructure by keeping calling for tender. Many companies are working for government infrastructure, but they do not have enough skilled labor. The returnees from foreign countries are mostly the skilled labor who are holding certifications. The engineers or professionals can bring back and share the technology from foreign countries to the local companies. The skilled workers returning from overseas can also train the workers here.
Mostly the engineers and other professions work abroad in Singapore and Malaysia. The manual labor mostly goes to the Republic of Korea as well as Thailand. Uilin from Myanmar Construction Company Limited said.
We are one of the companies offering job opportunities to the overseas returnee construction labor. At present, the association has already received about 20 proposals submitting manually as well as about 100 proposals via email. For our company, we expect to receive about 10 newcomers, but locally there are many large companies working for foreign projects or tender projects. We will ask the large companies for the job opportunities of labor returning from overseas. When they are facing difficulties in employment, they can get a position in local industry with a fair payment in accordance with their experience, as well as the offer providing companies can have more skilled workers. This is the win-win situation.
As government has already allowed the workplaces to resume operation, the construction sites are also running work again.
COVID ဖြစ်တဲ့ကာလအတိုင်းဒါ2လ3လအတွင်းတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့တော်တော်များများရပ်ဆိုင်းသွားတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အခုကျန်းမာရေးဝန်ကြီးဌာနရဲ့သတ်မှတ်ချက်
The construction procedures have stopped during the previous 2 months of the beginning of COVID-19 outbreak. By now, the construction sites resume operation in line with the health guidelines by the Ministry of Health and Sports. For the workers returning from abroad, we will ask for the letter of recommendation for completing the quarantine and being tested negative.
The returnee workers of the construction industry who are willing to get a position in the local market can send proposal to Myanmar Construction Entrepreneurs Federation through phone or email not later than the 15th of July. They can also request the region or state they want to work at, as the association has branches in all across the country. News reported by Dora Susan from Myanmar International Radio.
That's the report on MCEF to help construction workers returning from overseas with seeking job opportunities. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar issued an announcement stating that it suspended all types of visa for all foreign travelers from various global countries to enter Myanmar as part of measures to control the risk of the COVID-19 outbreak. The restriction had to be extended for several times, and now it also has been extended to the end of July. Jianai Laogai and Minton Ochin have more.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs MOFA of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar issued an announcement stating that it suspended all types of visa for all foreign travelers from various countries to enter Myanmar as part of the measures to control the risk of COVID-19 outbreak. The restriction had to be extended for several times, and now it has also been extended to the end of July. The MOFA issued an order on the 28th of June expressing that the visa suspension has been extended and the move aims to be part of the anti-COVID-19 measures. The visa suspension order serves an obstacle to the return of Myanmar seamen to their home after concluding their navigation duties assigned from the respective shipping companies. Now the number of Myanmar seamen awaiting return to home is more than 10,000, according to Captain Somea, chairman of Myanmar Seafarers Federation (MSF).
The government extends visa suspension once every 15 days, and now it has been extended to 31st of July. The government's move inflicts downhearted feeling upon most of the Myanmar seamen arriving in the different foreign countries. This matter becomes the main focus of attention on social media, but the seamen are still waiting for the return to home. We are advising the seamen trying to contact us to use possible ways.
There are more than 10,000 Myanmar seamen arriving in different countries, and they are waiting for the return to Myanmar. A proposal how to bring back Myanmar seamen stranded in the different countries following the shipping work assignment has been prepared to be submitted to Yangon region government. The proposal pointed out the number of quarantine centers where returnee seamen are to be put into, as well as the number of batches of the returnee seamen, according to the MSF. A Myanmar seaman who had arrived back in Myanmar before the extension of the restrictions recounted how he returned to the country and how he self-quarantined at Kota in Danendari region. Kotan Zempio, Wilson from MTM Maritime Standard Company Limited, said,
The contract terms of most of the seamen have already expired. Some seamen contract terms are no longer valid, and they want to go back home, but they can't do because the airports have been closed. Our company made arrangement for the seamen after asking for the permission from the ship owner of the headquarters of Yangon and Singapore. They met in discussion, and Myanmar seamen would be brought to Myanmar's water territory, especially in Kota. And I am from the 5th batch of the vessel, and 4 vessels already arrived before my batch.
Factories, industries, and businesses have been shut down in most foreign countries due to the possible risk of the infection of COVID-19, and that leads to an increase in unemployment. But the shipping lines are in need of more seamen to be employed on their vessels.
The seamen can earn nearly 500 to 600 million US dollars a year. The matter we would like to put forward to the superior is that the ocean-going vessels need employment when other businesses are in crisis. For example, more than 1,000 Myanmar workers recently going to Turkey are not still allowed to work, and they earn nothing. It is not easy to know when the factories reopen, but the seamen are always moving. For the reason, if Myanmar seamen are sent to foreign countries, it is sure they will get jobs.
Kotan Zempio, Wilson from MTM Maritime Standard Company Limited, said,
The role of Myanmar seamen will gradually go down if the foreigners enter the seamen employment. It is not easy to return to the area of navigation profession. In some airports, investigations are carried out within limits, and if it is okay, it is allowed. If Myanmar airport open, it will be back to. Otherwise, the market of Myanmar seamen will gradually disappear and the income of foreign exchange will be on the decrease.
That's a report on more than 10,000 Myanmar seamen awaiting relaxation of the visa restriction to return home. It has been about 4 months the events and social gathering were banned to contain the spread of the virus, but with a declining number of local transmission cases, the government started to lift some of the restrictions. Therefore, the art community has started to hold exhibition of their artworks, which had been closed down for months. Willison has his report.
It has been more than 3 months since the first case of the virus-infected person was reported, imposing restrictions on social gathering affecting all areas of their lives in general. The artists from drawing community are also not exceptional in this impact brought by COVID-19, especially when these artists earn their livelihood from exhibition of their work. And according to the report by some of the artists from this community, the COVID-19 has changed the way of organizing exhibition, especially in the last few months, where live online show took the role in this art of drawing market, and this art of drawing market had to accept the trend to cope with the present situation. However, as the virus-infected persons are mostly returning from abroad, the government has already lifted some of the restrictions in some townships, and it opens the way for artists from drawing background to once again showcase their works to the audience. Nipo, who is one of the artists who debuted his third solo art exhibition after nearly 4 months at Artismal Gallery in Insane Township, and speaking on how art community in general was hit by COVID-19, and he said,
COVID ကာလကကျွန်တော်တို့နယ်ပယ်ကိုတော်တော်လေးလှုပ်ခတ်သွားပါတယ်လှုပ်ခတ်သွားတဲ့ဆိုတဲ့နေရာမှာကျွန်တော်တို့တကဘာ
The outbreak of COVID-19 has brought a huge impact to the artists like us in general, as it is not just happening in our country, but this is a global crisis. And for the artists like us, we have both domestic and foreign customers. But this market had to be stopped after the outbreak of COVID-19. But as our leaders have always encouraged us to bring good things in the middle of this hard time, we want to create something to the public which is appealing and encouraging, and this is why we mostly do the drawing in a good way. For the writers, their writing needs to be encouraging to the people, and it goes the same for singers as well. We, the artists, are responsible to encourage the people in this time of hardship. After all, we learn good lessons through this crisis.
Online art exhibition has become a highlight in the wake of COVID-19, where a large number of people have access to the exhibition from anywhere, anytime. Facebook and YouTube have become the main source to rely on the exhibition, as online shopping has become popular day by day. Therefore, this online art exhibition is also the main change which art community sees after the outbreak of COVID-19. Dozali Aung is the managing director of Artismal Gallery, who has been organizing art exhibition for many years, and also spoke on the difference between online art exhibition and organizing the show in a particular place, and she said,
အားသာချက်တွေကအားသာချက်အနေနဲ့ဆိုရင်တော့ဘာလဲဆိုတော့ဒီဖုန်းတယ်လီဖုန်းရှိရတဲ့သူတိုင်းကပကြီးကားတွေကိုကြည့်
The advantage with online art exhibition is everyone with smartphone can see what we exhibit. Usually, if we want to see the artworks, we need to go to the art exhibition. Sometimes the show time may not be convenient for the customers. But what happens with online art exhibition is that if you have smartphone, then you have the show. The only difference we have is the viewers will not be able to feel the artworks as much as you have the physical artworks in front of you. But we cannot deny that the attention we get from online from the public is huge, and the people are interested in what they see. So there is always negative and positive impacts of the show.
Although the artists from this community were not able to sell out their artworks, according to the report by the artists, they were able to focus their work more as they were not engaged in much of social activity, and during semi-lockdown period, they were able to produce their artworks more than other time. The only thing they are waiting for now is for the situation to be back to normal so that they can showcase their works to the audiences. This is Williamson for MI Radio.
And that's all we have for today's reports, and it's time to check on some international news here on Myanmar Today. South Korean President Moon Jae-in has said that his country will make all-out efforts to let the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the United States hold talks before the U.S. presidential election in November. Moon made the remarks during a video conference with the European Council President Charles Michel and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, which was held on Tuesday to discuss ways to deal with the COVID-19 outbreak, the South Korean Presidential Blue House said Wednesday. A Blue House official who declined to be identified told a press briefing that Moon said during a video conference that he will make efforts to maintain a dialogue momentum among the two Koreas and the United States. Germany, the European Union's biggest economic power, is taking over the rotating presidency of the 27-nation bloc from the 1st of July amid massive challenges and huge expectations as the continent grapples with the fallout from the coronavirus pandemic. Berlin's 6 months in the EU hot seat will likely be Chancellor Angela Merkel's last big turn on the international stage. Berlin, which will chair meetings of the 27 EU countries' ministers, will have to help prevent new rifts emerging as the pandemic's damage is increasing and warnings linger about a potential second wave of the pandemic infections. There are more than 190,000 confirmed virus-related deaths in Europe, nearly 40% of the world's officially reported deaths, and is leading lockdowns in many states that weighed severely on their economies. Confidence among Japan's biggest manufacturers has tumbled to the lowest level since 2009, a key survey showed Wednesday as the coronavirus pandemic hits the global demand and disrupts production. The Bank of Japan's June Tenkan Business Survey, a quarterly poll of about 10,000 companies, showed a reading of -34 among major manufacturers, the lowest level since June 2009 when the global financial crisis hit the world's third largest economy. The shock headline reading compares with the market expectations of the -31 and is worse than -8 in the previous survey in March, the first negative reading in 7 years. Police in Dhaka practice yoga as part of their morning routine. The bending, stretching, and deep breathing exercises are aimed at keeping them fit and healthy amid the pandemic. While yoga has no special powers to stop people from contracting COVID-19, general good health helps those who contract the disease cope with it better. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I am Agajo. Have a great day, everyone. Stay home, stay safe, practice good personal hygiene, and follow instructions strictly, and always be on high alert for important news. I'll see you again. Goodbye.